Hi, please make sure to like and please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. So, you're trying to overcome shyness, and perhaps you've been shy all your life and you've tried different things and you haven't succeeded at overcoming it. One of the ways to overcome shyness is to, in a way, confront it. There's no way around it. And the way to overcome that is to expose yourself to people. And as difficult as that may seem, there's no other way. You just have to face it. But one of the ways that you can overcome this is through acting. And you may say, well, I'm not interested in acting, and I don't see myself as an actor. The actors, they're very outgoing and sort of like the life of the party. But the reality is that a lot of actors that you may think are that way started out being very, very shy and got into acting in order to overcome that. In other words, they faced the problem, as crazy as that may seem, in the presence of having to perform in front of big audiences. Every actor that starts out has to work on material in front of a class, in front of a bunch of strangers. And not only do they have to do that, but they have to be good at it. And so there's a lot of pressure that the person puts themselves in to be able to succeed. And so you say to yourself, oh my God, that's the last thing I want to do. I'm already shy. I'm having a hard time dealing with just one or two people, or maybe being in a party and some, standing in some corner that, trying to avoid eye contact or whatever. And here I am, now you're saying that I should just go into acting. I'm not telling you that you should go into acting. But the techniques of acting can help you get out of your own shell. And the reason for that is because when you're acting, you can justify a lot of things based on character motivation. It's not really you per se, though ultimately all the great actors will be using themselves. That's the irony of it all. That the very thing that got you into acting is the very thing that you have to face, which is yourself. So it's something for you to think of. And one way is just to read plays, and those are easily accessible, either at the local library, or you can order them on Amazon, or if you've seen a movie, or even using movies. You don't have to use a play, you can use a movie and find material that you like. And what you would do is you would memorize it. And just that act alone of you having to memorize somebody else's thoughts, because that's what you're memorizing, are their thoughts that are being spoken, gives you the freedom to speak in a way that perhaps you will never speak, you see? And it's worth attempting. And then if you have the courage, you would sign up for an acting class. Wherever that is, it doesn't really matter. And that would expose you to a group of people who, like you, are perhaps dealing with the same problem. It may not appear that way to you at the beginning, but it will force you. It will force you because you would have no alternative than to get up there and do a monologue, or have to meet with somebody and do a scene and rehearse a scene. And it really opens you up. And ultimately you don't have to pursue acting, but you can see, you can find out for yourself that there are things you didn't know about yourself that are revealed in an acting class. That you will find that perhaps you had talents you didn't know existed in you, and those things will transfer into other areas of your life, especially as you grow and get better at it. Your confidence will go up, and you start to see the change. Anyway, that's my suggestion. I can give you that suggestion because, in a way, that's how I started. And my biggest fear was always having to, for example, having to speak in front of a classroom as a kid. It was a nightmare, just the idea that as they went from student to student, that eventually I would be called up to go up on to in front of the class. And by the time I got to they got to my name, my heart was pounding. I was terrified, and you try to laugh it off, and you try to not make too much of a deal of it, but it is a problem, and that carries over into your social life. And again, as an actor, you can always, as I said, find a cheap class somewhere, and just sign up for it. It doesn't have to be that. It can be maybe even something that you're interested in, a painting class or writing class, anything that would get you out of your head and put you in a position where you're dealing with other people. But the reason I use acting is because in acting you are forced to work with somebody, a scene partner, and you have to converse with them, even if it's a make-believe, and all those things, and all those things help. They help a step at a time, but they do help. Anyway, I hope that is of some help to you. If you like to leave comments of other things that I should cover, leave them. Check out my other videos, audio recordings of different things I'm working on. And please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and thank you for listening.